Good morning, Cranes. I'm Zimry Kramer.
And I'm Malinzak. Today is Friday, December 15th, and we're coming to you from the Cktv studio with our first episode of the year and a special edition leading into holiday break.
That's right. Our weekly news show is produced by the DPP class and will be returning with weekly episodes after the break. Episodes will normally air on Tuesdays during advisory, just like last year.
Sure will. All right, we have lots to share before we go, so let's get to it.
Before we hop into upcoming news, it feels only necessary to do a quick recap of some of the highlights from the start of this year.
It's hard to believe we're finishing up our last school day of 2023 here at MSB. It's been an exciting and busy start to the school year this year, and there's still so much more to come.
In mid-November, 6th graders embarked on their overnight interim trip to Clear Lake Camp's Outdoor Education Center in Battle Creek. The boys participated in a variety of engaging outdoor activities and made lifelong memories.
Back in September, 7th graders traveled to Cleveland on their overnight interim trip. There they visited the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, Great Lakes Science Center, Cleveland Zoo, and the Cleveland Art Museum.
September was a month for 8th graders, too. Their overnight interim adventure took them to the Seven Springs, Pittsburgh, where they participated in rock climbing, mountain biking, swimming, whitewater rafting, and all sorts of other fun.
8th graders also had the opportunity to start thinking about their future when they went to visit the upper school last month. They toured the campus and talked to upper school students.
So, whether it was creating observation paintings of a sculpture by glass artist Dale Chihuly,
decorating gratitude doors thanks to the MSB Wellness team, and competing for creativity points.
Creating the chance to listen to interesting speakers and authors.
Coming up with wanted posters for tiles.
Learning how to solder things or have some fun with our time outside.
It's been a great first half of the year, and we're looking forward to the second half ahead.
And today is Grandparents' Day and Special Friends Day. We hope all of our special visitors enjoyed their time on Cranberg's campus today.
6th graders had and their grandparents will spend the afternoon at Kramer Art Museum. 7th graders will head to the Kramer Institute of Science.
And 8th graders will stay here at MSB. Just a reminder that there is an early dismissal at 2 o'clock today.
CKMSB is collecting plastic bags and other similar plastic for recycling through the Trex Recycling Challenge again this year. The initiative, led by Mr. Toth, was a huge success last year when they collected 742 pounds of plastic for recycling and finished 6th in the nation for middle schools. The
goal this year is to collect 1,000 pounds to be recycled. As of last week, our total was already over 454 pounds, which is half of what the school did last year, and nearly halfway to the final goal. The competition goes through the end of the year, so instead of sending your stuff to a landfill, bring your plastic in to the collection bags, and Mr. Toth will take it to the collection center where it will be turned into Trex decking. Last Wednesday, the middle and upper school strings had their traditional annual program, the Winter Presto Strings Concert. It had an ambitious program that featured all 5 orchestras: Presto Strings, Presto Plus, Slatkin Trio, and the newly minted Chamber Orchestra and Orchestra. If you missed it, you can catch the live stream on their YouTube channel at youtube.com/@thevideorefinery. You can also catch the live stream of the Winter Festival Band concert that took place Tuesday night in the PAC. It is also available on the Video Refinery YouTube channel. Concert featured the 7th and 8th grade band, upper school concert band, symphony band, and jazz ensemble. We'll have more from that concert when you come back from the break. And speaking of band and orchestra, congrats go out to the following students on their acceptance to the 2024 All-State Band and All-State Orchestra. They will rehearse and perform in January at the Michigan Music Conference in Grand Rapids. Applications were accepted for student Zahia Khan for flute. In middle school band, Zubin Name is a 2-time All-State member for the string bass in middle school strings. Pierre Schultz is a 2-time All-State member for oboe in middle school band. Jaden Swami is a 2-time All-State winner for clarinet in middle school band, and Yuhan Zhu for clarinet in middle school band. Last but not certainly least, James Baroni took honorable mention for tenor sax in middle school band. Congrats are also in order for the newspaper staffs here. at MSB and the upper school. At the National Scholastic Press Association in November, both publications were selected as the best of the show. Crane Clarion, the upper school's paper, took 5th place, while our very own, the Crane, took 2nd.
Crane was also honored to be chosen as finalist for the Pacemaker Award, the highest honor given to student journalists. This is the first time in Cranbrook history that the middle school has been named a finalist for this national award.
And if that wasn't enough, several middle school students also earned individual honors, including current MSB student editor Edward Chank's first place award for the feature story of the year. Way to go, Crane staff!
And now it's time for Cranbrook Kingswood MSP Sports. The 7th and 8th grade basketball teams had 2 games this past week. They matched up against Bloomfield Green and Derby White. They'll go on break and come back with a home game against Berkshire on the 8th and away at Berkshire on the 10th. 7th grade game times start at 4:15 and 8th grade game start at 5:15.
The 6th grade basketball team is also on a break until they have the new year. They'll have a rematch at Detroit Country Day away on January 4th.
And as we head into the new year, don't forget all of the clubs and opportunities available to you. Newspaper meets in Hamett's room on Monday mornings at 7:15.
Cards and games is after school in Miss Hadner's room on Mondays and Thursdays, only from 3:30 to 4:30.
The Velodrome Club, the track cycling team, meets on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays from 3:30 to 6:15. The Crane Van takes students down to the Velodrome in Detroit.
Strength and conditioning is on Mondays and Wednesdays, only from 3:30 to 4:30 in the nest.
Math Camp takes place in Mr. Powell's room on Mondays from 4:45 to 6.
Yearbook and Photo Club is happening Tuesday mornings before school at 7:15.
Robotics is in full swing in the robotics room in the Vaughan lobby. 6th graders meet on Tuesdays from 3 to 4:45. 7th graders meet on Thursdays from 3 to 4:45, and 8th graders meet on the weekend at the upper school.
Those involved in CLC meet every other Wednesday at 7:15 in the morning in Miss Britton's room.
Chess club takes place over at MSG with Munaz. You can take the Cran Van over on Wednesdays, and the club meets from 3:30 to 4:30.
And lastly, there's a new forensics club which meets on Fridays only from 3:30 to 4:30 in Ernst's room.
Thanks go out to everybody who participated in the Blankets for Beaumont tradition this holiday season. The blankets will go to the Pediatric Patients in Beaumont Children's Ward in Royal Oak. At the time of recording, MSB had created 70 blankets.
Students, staff, and parents really came through to help each other brighten some spirits in the pediatric work unit. Nice work, Cranes.
Well, that wraps up our first show of the year. We want to thank you for watching.
Yes, and remind you that we'll be back with 2 weekly episodes during Tuesdays during advisory from break.
If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to our CKTV YouTube channel. You can find us at CKTV MSB. We'll post our weekly shows along with other content over there. Once again, I'm Malinzak.
And I'm Zimry Kramer. Have a wonderful holiday break. We'll see you back at school on Wednesday, January 3rd.